I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to be here and to see endless tiles on a Zoom screen. Thank you for joining us, Wilderness Education in a Changing World, the 2021 International Conference on Outdoor Leadership. Hosted by the Wilderness Education Association and Second Nature Trek. The Wilderness Education Association is a professional community that serves the outdoor industry by providing standards, credentials, and training for outdoor leaders and educators to sustain wild places and ensure quality wilderness experiences for everyone. We are proud to welcome almost 500 attendees. This giant virtual space represents over 140 outdoor organizations, 6 countries, and over 200 students, the next generation of outdoor leaders and professionals. I first want to thank the WEA board for their commitment to this association, our industry, and you, our guests at the conference. I second want to thank the conference committee. The conference committee, this event would not take place without the countless hours the committee has put forward. First, Anya Whittington, board member of the WEA. Sarah Snyder, board member of WEA. Brad Daniel, executive director of Second Nature Trek. Andrew Babilia, founder of Second Nature Trek, and Brad Faircloth, part of the founding team of Second Nature Wilderness Trek. I also want to thank No Man's Land Film Festival. Join us for the after party for a special viewing of their series of films. And of course, we couldn't put this event on without our sponsors. One of our title sponsors, Black Mountain Adventure Apparel. Some of you, thank you for ordering the t-shirts, supporting the WEA. Black Mountain Adventure Apparel produces well-crafted, versatile apparel that inspires a mountain town lifestyle of adventure. They've offered a special rate. If your program, group, or club needs apparel, t-shirts, hats, they're offering a special 20% discount on custom orders for your program. All you have to do is reach out, team@blackmtn.co. Mention the WEA ICOL 2021. I also want to thank GoRec, one of our sponsors. GoRec is an outdoor recreation and education center that provides outdoor recreation, technical skills, and leadership training in the Great Lakes region. I want to thank Kitspo. They're located in Old Fort, North Carolina. Kitspo is founded to create riding apparel that we can't find. A perfect balance of technical performance, timeless design, and impeccable tailoring. And finally, Black Mountain Expeditions, an organizational member of WEA. Black Mountain Expeditions is an outdoor company specializing in high adventure experiences based out of North Carolina. They lead trips anywhere from Pisgah National Forest to the Andes and Patagonia. And of course, we could not have put on this conference without Second Nature Trek. I want to give special thanks to Brad Daniel and Second Nature Trek. Let me introduce Brad and share a little bit about their company and the work that they've put into this event.
Thank you, Ryan. Welcome, everyone. This is exciting. We look forward to today and seeing what it holds. Second Nature Trek is pleased to co-sponsor the Wilderness Education Association's 2021 International Conference on Outdoor Leadership and its keynote speaker, Dr. Christine Norton. We are an outdoor-oriented consulting firm based in Black Mountain, North Carolina, and we focus on training, research, education, and consulting related to a wide range of outdoor experiences and organizations. We like to partner with existing programs to help them become better at what they do. We offer a wide range of services to the outdoor industry, and you can find more information at our website, www.secondnaturetrek.com. We're particularly excited this year about this year's conference theme, Wilderness Education in a Changing World, because it really represents many of the challenges that are faced by outdoor organizations today. The world is changing in dramatic ways, and the community of outdoor practitioners must be able to respond to those changes effectively. Many of the workshops in the conference will address current needs involving COVID-era program adaptation, social justice, inclusion and equity, and environmental protection. You will find them stimulating, thought-provoking, and encouraging. So on behalf of myself and co-founders, Dr. Andrew Babilia and Dr. Brad Faircloth, we welcome you to the 2021 International Conference on Outdoor Leadership. We hope you have a great time today filled with learning and networking and fun as we embark on a wilderness expedition through the virtual world. Thank you and have a great conference.
Thank you, Brad. 1999 was my first introduction to the WEA. I was a college student of outdoor education at Montreat College and found myself on a 6-week expedition in the Wind River Range. That experience was a benchmark. It changed the trajectory for my professional life in the field of outdoor leadership. 21 years later, I find myself standing here as executive director for the WEA. I've spent the last 22 years learning about this industry, learning the craft, and discovering the greatness of what it can do. The reason I believe in outdoor leadership, in wilderness education, is because it changes lives. It's a context, a place that shapes the world. Our theme, Wilderness Education in a Changing World, one, it happens because our lives are shaped and changed in outdoor experiences. I believe there's almost 500 people here because there's almost 500 people here that believe that the outdoor wilderness experience is a powerful place that this happens. But also, it's not just our lives that change through these experiences, but the world is changing around us as well. And I want to introduce Anya Whittington to share a little bit more about our theme and how we've built this fantastic event today, diving into wilderness education in a changing world.
Thanks, Ryan. Welcome, everyone. This looks very different than this time last year. This time last year, we were up in Honey Rock, up in Three Lakes, Wisconsin, having a conference in heaps and heaps of snow. Just a quick shout out to Mike Odberg and his team from last year. So I'm gonna, if you're willing, put a couple of things in the chat. If you were at the conference last year, just reflect quickly and say, what did you enjoy last year? So that experience was very intimate, inspiring, and motivated us to offer another conference in 2021. Preparations, as you know, if you're running a conference, as soon as the one's done, you quickly start preparing the next one. Our preparations went underway in early March, and a collaboration was formed with Second Nature Trek located in Black Mountain. The goal was to host a conference at the YMCA Blue Ridge Assembly in Black Mountain. During the month of May, we developed our theme, Wilderness Education in a Changing World. Little did we know that the theme would apply to us directly, and that we would be changing our mode of operation multiple times throughout the summer. We were very optimistic that we would be together this year. So in July, we sent out our first save the date with a call for workshops. It reminded me of trip planning. You have your perfect route picked on the river. You have all your stops picked out. You've done your itinerary. You've done your risk management. You've done everything you possibly can. And then, whoa, it's a flood season and you have to change everything. This is what happened to us numerous times. Our overall theme, wilderness education and changing world, with subtopics of virtual learning and technology, increased focus on environmental integration and place-based education, programming in suburban settings, and supporting transformative experiences, along with diversity and inclusion, kind of became our threads and mottos. So although we were changing, we are learning that this medium is another great opportunity to connect. And someone put up a thread that asked us, what is the value of doing a program like this remotely, virtually? So now I challenge you, some of you, to put some in the chat. So we're nostalgic for the in-person thing, but what are we excited about, or what are we gaining from meeting virtually? So I would welcome you to put some comments into the chat about your feelings for this piece. On September 10th, we had to notify memberships that we would change to a virtual and in-person model. Our goal at that time was to have a mini in-person conference along with a virtual component. Again, we were actually living wilderness education in a very quickly changing world, just like many organizations and all of you out there. So for our members and presenters who are with us through the whole process, we thank you for your patience as you helped us navigate through this changing environment, one that we could never have predicted. So changing in wilderness education is deeper than reacting to COVID. It requires institutional, systematic change. At the WEA, we as an organization are addressing to the need for change in our organization. Ryan asked me to incorporate a little personal story here, which is hard for me and a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going to do it because he wanted me to share with you why I've committed my life to social justice issues and change in wilderness education. As a leader, this is when I was a little older, I was working at an organization that served inner city youth. And we were taking kids on a canoe trip. And my colleague at the time flipped a canoe on a group of my students or campers on purpose. These were campers that had grew up in a inner city, did not know how to swim, and were quite afraid. While I value the practice of practicing canoe rescues, there was a scaffolding issue here, right? First, we need to get in the water. First, we need to play around in our PFDs and feel comfortable. Having a child who doesn't know how to swim be automatically flipped to do canoe rescues is counterproductive. That was one of my first experiences as a leader where I really felt that we needed change. We need to meet our participants where they are at. Another experience that was really transformative for me when I was leading was I led co-led a 23-day trip on a river with 10 girls. All girls came from poor socioeconomic backgrounds, and their experience was fully funded through donors and awesome people in the community that contributed. About day 10 or 12, I can't quite remember, this was 20-something years ago, the girls were portaging. And we came across about a group of Boy Scouts who, shout out to the Boy Scouts, but the boys asked the girls, can we portage your material, your equipment for you? And the girls were proudly and quite eloquently said, no, thanks, we're good to go. We got this. And that night they spoke in detail about feelings of confidence and empowerment and their ability to accomplish tasks on their own. This embarked for me a lifelong commitment to doing research on supporting girls and women experiences in the outdoors. So what does this have to do with Wilderness Education Association? As a board member in June of 2020, I brought the idea to the board to commit to the Diversify Outdoor campaign and the CEO Diversity Pledge. Leave No Trace had posted their commitments, and I read about what they had done, and I got really excited and went to the board. The board was unanimous in their support. The one catch was, though, this requires a CEO, which in June we did not yet have. And luckily, Ryan was hired and started as the executive director on August 1st. And he was immediately roped in. And within 2 weeks, because I had prepared the documents and I was ready to go as soon as Ryan came on board, we were able to be posted on their webpage as an organization committed to change. In August of 2020, the board approved an ad hoc diversity, equity, and inclusion committee, and we started rolling and setting benchmarks. And one of them was to offer a variety of different, eclectic, diverse presentations at the conference. So since August, we have been working behind the scenes regarding DEI. This work is challenging. There is no easy solution to address this long-standing systematic issue. We recognize that our commitment to change and diversifying our organization is ongoing. We are, however, humbled by the overwhelming support from our memberships and presenters to offer solutions to change. This year's conference is an example of a collaboration of folks committed to change. We are excited to offer you at least 6 workshops on DEI, including curriculum instruction, inclusive practices, race and ethnicity, and our keynote, which will examine reemergence, connection, and resilience in a changing world. We have presenters from public land management agencies, nonprofits, practitioners, and 5 research presentations, 3 of which are collaborations with faculty and students. We have workshops on environmental integration, leadership, transformative experiences, and virtual learning. We have attendees from all over the United States and countries such as Japan, France, Taiwan, Malaysia, and Canada. And if I missed one, put it up in the chat, please. Additionally, our student demographic for this year is overwhelming, and we are super excited to try to learn how this particular population can help us shape our future. So just as we are embracing change, we ask you as conference goers to adapt with us. You know, when you're in the field and you're like a situational leader and you adapt based on the situation or your group, I'm going to change the term today and ask you to be a situational participant. We're going to have some challenges. We might have some blips. We are doing our best to prepare for that, but none of us have ever worked in this virtual environment before. So we ask you to adapt with us. We ask you to challenge yourself by attending a new topic, keeping an open mind, and considering throughout the day how you will embrace wilderness education in a changing world. Thank you, and that's back to you, Ryan.
Thank you, Anya. I know after hearing that, I'm even more thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to engage in conversation with you as attendees. And I'm thrilled to welcome every one of you into the WEA. We are the WEA. A couple ground rules throughout the day. One, I think it speaks for itself joining us here, but please be respectful. We are dealing with, with topics, with themes that are challenging, that will demand wrestling. So extend grace. Be respectful in your opinions and engaging with our fellow attendees. Use the forums of Whova, the chat forums, the discussion boards. I ache because we can't be in person in the room together, doing trainings together right now in this kind of medium. And so let's again be adaptive using the mediums that we have. If you see someone that you're like, man, I'd love to work with that organization, search them out. Pick their brain in message boards. Look for job opportunities, students. Look for mentors. Look for staff for your programs, right? Please extend grace if there's a technical glitch. Refresh your screen, log out, log back in. Reach out to any of the help emails, national office at weainfo.org. These are live recordings. We're going to do our best to have them up within a week. After the conference, you'll be able to access them back on the WHOVA platform for the next 6 months. And finally, we do have a WEA organizational business meeting this afternoon. Well, afternoon for me, and I'm on the East Coast. And so everyone, whether you're a member or not, you're welcome to join. It's a place where we do a little family business. You'll get a little glimpse into what's going on in the organization and where we're going. Students would love to have you there. Once again, give yourselves a round of applause for joining us. Share a message right now in the chats why you're excited to be here. And I'd encourage you going into your first session, post a photo on the background of your Zoom screen that reflects an experience that that's really been shaping or meaningful to you. Let it spark conversation with your peers as you engage in the conference. Welcome to the conference and have a great day.